Howdy everyone. It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's time for stream. As it is all Thursdays, because that's what I do. Hello. Hello. First time stream Guts and Glory. Hello. What's up, Sam25347 and Prex277 for following over on Twitch. I'm McFatson and everyone else in chat on both Twitch and YouTube. How's everyone doing today? I am getting ready to panic. Hey, so yeah, tomorrow's tournament. If you didn't see, I did finish. I did actually finish my stormraven army. 2,000 points, fully painted. I've even magnetized all the bases and magnetized the boxes, so they're safe, ready to go. As to Tass, hello. Paul goes pro, probably not. I mean, I'm very much expecting to go 0-3. Because I don't know how to play against I don't know what most armies do. So, but if you're out there, because they have actually released the first round, like who I'm playing against. If Tom Barfield, if you're out there, it's on site. I'm coming for you. You are my first opponent. And it's Imperial Guard, and you know how much you know how I feel about Imperial Guard, so you can win in a tournament. We'll see. I think my army's pretty good, but it's very skew. Like it does a very particular thing very well, but one of those things is not scoring. That's one of the problem. 4-0 easy? Well, in a three match day, that would be quite difficult. Or remember to cheat. There you go. Well, it's only bad if you get caught. But that's the thing with cheating, gotta remember. You beat a Hound Titan. I did beat the Hound Titan. That's because they're not very good. And I actually didn't kill it. I killed everything else. 1-2 at least, the dice will bless you. Well, I hope so, because I haven't been, like, recently. I had a game on Monday against Steve, like our last practice game, and I very nearly won. Well, I probably still would have lost. But I did a lot better. The Stormraven actually lasted 3 whole rounds. Which is crazy. Yeah, I made a massive error. It was a small error, but it was a massive error in the end. That cost me a lot of points, but... What faction are you expecting at the tournament? I'm going against Imperial Guard first. And then, I don't know. There's quite a lot of same stuff. But we'll see. First time on your stream. Hello. Where is the tournament? It's the Tabletop Tactics tournament. So it's at their location. So I'll get to meet the Tabletop Tactics guys as well and say hello. And also, now that I've actually got a fully painted army, I might try and see if I can collab with them at some point. Because they have like a thing on their website. Which army are you playing with? I'm playing with my Screaming Raven, so Space Marines. I can show you my list as well. So I can tell you my list. Hello, 6. Quick research into every strat. This is the thing, like, I don't know how much, like... Because obviously, we only have 2.5 hours per game. I don't know how much, like, I'm meant to, you know, go, like, tell them, like, if they're going to do something that I can activate a strat on. Do I tell people, like, oh, if you do that, I could do this, like, every time, or do I just kind of do it? Best tips you can give people playing Space Marine. The game or the army? For the game, have fun. It's really cool. Maybe know this for tomorrow? Yeah, I'll tell you the list. We'll go through that. The things I want to do today is, first of all, go through the... well, maybe not first of all. I'll show you my list, so I'll go through the list. I will... yeah, we'll go through the list. I want to go through, like, the balanced data slate and the FAQ, because I want to just see... I want to make sure I kind of know stuff in my head, especially with the Stormraven. Stormraven is a massive pain in the ass because it's so big. And I need to see if I'm playing it right. Apparently there is an ad starting soon over on Twitch, so we'll wait for that ad to finish, then we'll get into it. Then it'll be about 7. Because I have ads on Twitch now because I got partnered over there, so you can subscribe bits and get grommet mugs and all that shit. Breakdown crying if you look like you aren't going to win at some point. There you go. That's what I mean. What I could do is like, well, I mean, I have a YouTube channel, and wouldn't it be very funny if I won? So throw the game, please. That's how it works, right? Tell them? Okay, cool. That I thought you did, yeah. I figured it wasn't... Because it's a gotcha, right? Otherwise, if you go like, oh, you've done that, well, you've activated my trap card. That's what I've been doing against Steve. Like, anytime he's like, oh, I'm going to potentially charge here, I go, well, I could move them. And there's a lot of that kind of stuff with the Raven card. Or with the Raven card attachment. Oh, Six, thanks for the membership. Welcome to... I honestly don't know what... Because some people call like their Panzer. I was thinking the bad guys, but that's kind of funny, but I don't know. But thank you for the membership. I think maybe it's a gotcha ability strat, but you reacted to your opponent like Overwatch. You didn't even remind me. Yeah. So Overwatch stuff is obviously like because you Overwatch as a reaction, but the stuff that they might not know about, and I don't know anything about all the games, so it will be very much like that. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's how I generally play. Pandas can't dance. I usually basically go like, here's finally came through. I usually do that to basically say I could do this if you do that. Like the main ones are charges I can move if I decide to, and what's the other one that I can do that's a bit more reactive? Can't remember. Knowing your rules intimately when in doubt. Charge everything. That's my plan. Are you taking the mug? I am taking the mug. I'm taking the grommet. Well. No, I'm not actually. I thought you meant it as, am I taking the mic? Like, am I? But I'm not taking a mug. That would be a bit much. Take my money. Thank you. Bring snacks when you need the energy. Yeah, I'm gonna take like water or like a drink and snacks. They are supplying a food truck, which I looked at the menu and looks very nice. That's part of the prep. I've started eating campaign. How do I get my players to not commit domestic terrorism, trying to intimidate cops into giving them stuff? Well, here's how it works, right? If you intimidate a guard, then all of the guard will come and get you. So, or just ask them nicely not to. For maybe better so if you're going to slay at the tournament, I believe in it. Thank you. An effective tournament strategy you could use is to just use something nobody expects. I mean, that's what I'm doing, right? My list is very much not good. Think it's a study done? Alright. Give tips for first units for an army which aren't from army set. Which army? Is that for Space Marine or? Damn you, Eldari. Are you going to take any pictures for reference for a video? Probably. If I get time. I'm definitely going to take a picture of like deployments and stuff if I can. Very comfortable shoes. I own a pair of shoes, and they're comfortable, so that's good. Space Marines, Centurions. They're the best. Cook yourself the best food meal possible, like steak. Very well cooked with wine, right? In a tuxedo. I feel like going in a tuxedo is a bit much, especially because you got to be comfortable. That'd be a bit much. I'm gonna quickly, whilst the ads are almost over, what I'm gonna do, the easiest way for me to do this is probably to go. Don't make noise. Thank you. Community. Yes. There we go. Can I open a new tab? Would it be easier to do that? We'd do it this way, actually. Because I'll go through the list. Open browser. There we go. That looks better. What's your favourite part of Space Marine 2 campaign? Getting the Thunderhammer. Hi Kingzilla, how's it going? Because I was a Vanguard of you met. If I go 3-0, like that is meta defining. Yeah, that's the thing. No, like Electric Halo says, no, like I know for like chess, some of the best chess strategies are like just do something that no one expects because they haven't learned it. Like people learn all the openings, right? If you just do something random, people aren't going to know what's going on. Taking your army in and out of its case. Yeah, so this all magnetized on the bases now. I'm not taking that many models, which is the good thing. Like my army is a very low model count. But a group of Warforged was rerouted from a raid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of D&D sometimes. Just kind of they get escalated. It goes a bit wrong. Somebody says extremely effective against people who play to win and don't expect exactly. Hammerfall bunker. If I'd gone with Hammerfall bunker, that would have been a bit much. I might get one at some point, but not for a while. It looks like the ad is over on Twitch. It's gone 7, so let's get into it. Big fan of Mortal Centurions because of you and loving it. Excellent, and you'll love the list, which we can get into. I believe if I press this button, you'll see an image. Image? Do I have to do this first? Okay, so that's that. Yeah. Okay, so you can't quite see the whole thing. There we go. This is my army. I'm jealous of model count. I went from green tide to bully. Yeah, well, green tide is very much a lot. So a Gar player can tell me that both my armies should not exist because they're stupid and Imperial have Gar. I can't tell him nothing because I get seagulled? Right. So, this is my 2,000 point army. It is, say, a stormraven, a redemptor, a brutalis, 2 lots of 5 incursors, 10 vanguard veterans. This is Cave and Shrike for the purposes of this tournament. He's Cave and Shrike. 12 centurions. The Tech Marine, which is Steve, the one Steve made. This is a lieutenant, a Phobos lieutenant, who is my reverse. Take a photo and reverse it. And he's normally he's gonna go with one of these groups. He gives lethal hits on something else. And then this is a jump pack captain with Thunderhammer and Shield, with lone operative. He's 100 points. He's quite a lot of points for what he does, but he hasn't been able to do much. But because the problem is I'm going against knights, so sometimes doesn't do much against knights, but he will do stuff against other things. Against orcs, he was very good to go along with these guys, because Cave and Strike gives these guys you can't hit them like if they're over 12 inches away. So these guys are super safe. So I can basically I strat reserve, or I what's it called, rapid ingress these guys 12.1 inches away, and so you can't get them, and they will be in your face in the next turn because you can't move. Need the full 18. Which chapter am I using? So these are they're the Vanguard Spearheads. These are Screaming Ravens. They're my custom Space Marines. But good looking models, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. 2,000 points. I have a meme list which is 2,000 points Centurions. It's a lot. Consider putting everything together and just bum rushing one flag. It's possible. I don't see any Gravis units. Yeah, I don't have any. Well, I have 6. They're not painted, but I do have 6 aggressors, but I didn't include them. What chat's message did you go with? So this is Cave and Shrike I've gone with. Zenik. In enhancements, this guy has the lone operative thing. I think it's called Ghost Weave Cloak. So the Centurions are 3 assault Centurions here. So these are the Samus ones. So gravity suit, various suit, Phazon suit. They are with Melter. I've kind of divided it so that basically this kind of section here. So the Brutalis, these 3 Centurions are in the Stormraven. They start in the Stormraven. This guy starts off board, so these are kind of like the drop in and kill. This side is the kind of staying on the board. I usually keep these 3. These 3 here. So these are my Pokemon. So Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur. These have Flamers instead of... So these guys have Melters. These guys have Flamers. I usually start these guys on the board, and they've done quite well doing that. They're a good countercharge unit. And they're good at like holding the back. And Flamers and the Centurion like Hurricane Bolters are really good against guard. Dresses are extremely nasty in Salamanders. I mean, yeah, I want to... I think if I change this list, if I had them painted, I'd probably take the Stormraven out. Put the Gravis Captain with his enhancement. With 6 aggressors, just drop them in the middle. Well, no, no, it's not the Gravis one. It's the infiltrate enhancement. I'd like to include a 6 aggressors. I like Gravis. Yeah, the I have. This is kind of like a core army I want. There's a few different. There's like a biker section I want to do, and there's a Gravis section I want to do at some point. Are homebrew chapters units illegal on tournaments? Well, I'm not using my homebrew chapter. I'm not using homebrew rules. But I'm allowed to paint them and do whatever I want. Aggressive, extremely nasty and salamander. Yeah, oh, sorry, I read that. So what's my strategy? Good question, Badstein. I don't know. Sorry, there's a lot of chat. It's going pretty quick. Actually, yeah, there is no strategy. At the moment, this is what I might need help with. Can't stay for long, just popping and say good luck. Thank you, Gamer200. Pretty similar to Midas, except I have Assault Terminators instead of Centurions. Nice. I know what is going on, because someone posted on one of my community pages they were going, slip the judges a $5. If anyone is going on tomorrow to Tabletop, I'll see you there, so come and say hi. Have you considered doing some jank by adding Euro Ventress to a unit of Devas? Yeah, I don't want to use, because I'm using Cave and Shrike, I can't use Euro Ventress, and I don't... I prefer this. The thing is, even, like, you could still bring them up with the Vanguard Spearhead, you just can't deep strike them, but putting them on the edge of the board is great. You don't need the deep strike, you just put them on a board edge and go nuts. It's great. You guys actually play? Every so often. What rules are you using? It's the, as Letman said, it's the Vanguard Spearhead detachment. See, these are basically Vanguard Spearhead, but customly painted. Hello, that was you. Hello, Raziel. What are you bringing? Look forward to seeing you and saying hello. If you can find me, I'm the bold one. I'm sure there might be several bold ones. If you're losing, just show them your head with a torch and blind them. Blood Angels / Lamenters. Ah. Yeah, there's two. So I think there's 2 Blood Angels players. You're either going against Tau in the first game, or you're going up against Tyranids. Do you know which one you're going up against? I won't say your name out loud because I think you used your real name. Are Legends used at Slam tournaments? In Tabletop Tactics tournaments, yes. Kalos Wolf, the tournament is Tabletop Tactics. It's a Tabletop Tactics tournament. There's an entire custom Age of Sigmar battle time that's been cleared by TOs at GC's multiple. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Grease-Hide Orc Army was too much to play. Yeah, I can, especially like 2.5 hours. You're against Nids. Ah. That's you then there. Hello. Let's have a look at your army. Looks very cool. You also have 10 Vanguard vets. Hell yeah. You're pretty close to table because you're table 1. I'm on table 4 for the first game. We'll see. See how it goes. No, yeah, it'll be good to see you there. You inspired me to do Horus Heresy Black Shield's Warband with matching units coloured like the Screaming Ravens, except instead of video games and other media, just the Legion. That sounds very cool. On today's episode, Paul Dox is a fan. Yeah, I won't just be like, hey, it's this guy. I really want to play, but I don't have a legal list ready yet. Yeah, I did have to rush through. Someone asked, and I apologize for missing your question earlier. There's no real theme to this. It's so the actual, you can't really see it, but this is actually base coated with a color shift paint. So in certain lights, you can actually see it's quite shiny. It's then bright silver edge highlight, and then I've got some like color just here and there. So like RGB hurricane bolters, stuff like that. Hello, Silver Scratch Built Productions. The Contempt to Dreadnought Blob is an absolute insanely fun strategy to get 3 of the devils and charge them up. Do you have other 2,000 point armies ready? No. No, I don't. I think my next army that I'm going to paint is going to be either Drukhari or Thousand Suns, depending on which book comes out next, basically. You did a little detail work? It's fine. Like, I'm happy with it. It looks nice enough, and it's one of those things where it's like, I could try putting more details in, but It's fine. We'll bring the fan over and tell the opponent they would be disappointing the fan. Yeah, he's double rogue. So it's not too bad, I don't think. He's double Rogal Dawn and a tank commander, but not much other armor. So I can ignore them and just try popping the chimeras. I don't know. It might be difficult. What load are you running your vanguards with? So these are they have the Inferno pistols, which have been quite good. Even if I think I have as my Lamenters, it's nowhere near a tournament ready list. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. That's the problem. I've just got too much stuff. Magnus in Eternal not finish up. Well, that's the thing. I will finish Magnus at some point. I think I'm going to do Magnus for the charity stream this year. My idea for the charity stream, I don't know when it's going to be. It's usually around my birthday, but I'm quite busy in October. But the charity stream is going to be like unfinished business, where essentially I'm going to finish Magnus. If enough money is donated, I do another, like, spin a wheel of another unfinished project, like Graveguard. And then I have to do that. And then if I get more, and then the money keeps going up, and if I get more and more money for charity, then I keep going. Speaking of money, if you want to give me money, you can become a member or subscribe over on Twitch. I should remind that because YouTube tells me to remind people about it. Yeah, so it's a lot of black. The edge highlight does a lot of work. And obviously the photo doesn't actually show the shine. It looks a bit better in real life. At least that's what I'm saying. But I can see what you mean. There is a lot of black, but I couldn't really find a way to add. Like for here, I added just color on these little panels here. It goes like red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. But over here it's like the flaming, like flame decal on the fist. Couldn't really get much else on here apart from the RGB here and a little bit of like glow here, which didn't come out that great. I'm sure I could do something, and I might do something later on. Are you winning? I hope I am. I hope I'm winning. You're not finishing Manix? How dare you, Zenek? He's actually nearly done. Kind of. Probably not. You can take the midfield quick, you can catch the guard and their pants down. Remember not to overextend round one? Yeah, I did pretty well. I'm doing pretty well with that. Were you interested in Zeta that wasn't a hand grenade for the Verkai Zeta? So I've got the Verkar Zeta. It might be the same thing. I actually have Zeta Verkar. It's one I'm going to build next. Not talking about. I'm building a Deathcore, a Krieg, and leasing drop troops. Hell yeah. My artillery and armor failed to get rid of the enemy anti-armor and they blew up the transports. Yeah, so that's basically what I want to do. I need to rip open the transports, which basically my army, like melter, plasma, melter, las, and then these guys basically these guys start kind of ripping the tin cans open. These guys come down and rip them to shreds, and then I love Incursors because they give +1 to hit on anything they hit. And I've been playing against knights a lot, so they literally just thought I'll just plink some damage at you to get the +1. But these guys can actually do some serious damage. Alright, have a good time at work. Thank you again for the membership, 6. But yeah, yeah, the 6 las cannon. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Oh, it's here. So someone else, when I posted this, was like, "Oh, there's only 5 Centurions. There's 1 here." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These guys all have las cannons. They're so good. These are great. Yeah, melter, flamer. He comes down to do actions and hit stuff. Stormraven hopefully will live for more than a turn. He's pretty good at dropping these guys off. Yeah, Inferno pistols on all of these guys. Read any good books lately? I haven't read any books for a while. You want to consider infiltrators to protect your home objective? So here's the funny thing: is one of these groups, this side, these were infiltrators until the Stormraven went up by 20 points, and so I had to swap them out for Incursors. Because the Stormraven was a 260, so and Incursors are 100. Oh, sorry, infiltrators are 100. Incursors are 60. 8. Start again. When this guy was 260 points, these were infiltrators at 100. But obviously this went up by 20. Incursors are 20 points cheaper. Tournament organizer here. There's stuff. That stuff looks better than most of the armies. Don't worry. Also, there are players playing for about 30 years. You have to tell the basic rules. Ah. Well, I do feel like this is a good tournament to go to because it's at the Tabletop Tactics place. I feel like it's going to be a different, like, it's a fairly different atmosphere because everyone's kind of a fan of them. They kind of want to go see them and say hello. It's gonna be more of a friendly atmosphere than like a proper full-on tournament. It's only 1 day, 3 games, nice lunches provided. There's a bar, you know. You should make like a final Screaming Raven guide video after your tournament. Yeah, I want to do a full basically Screaming Raven chapter a codex supplement at some point. But yeah, definitely post tournament there'll definitely be a video about these. To be fair, Saturday and Sunday after the tournament, so this weekend, I will be streaming a lot of Satisfactory because I probably will need a break after the day. I imagine what will probably happen is I'll probably get really, really tired like towards the end of the day because playing 1 game is already tiring enough. Gonna get Armored Core 6 kits by 30-minute missions? Maybe at some point. I've seen people post on Discord about it. I haven't looked too much into it, but it looks quite interesting. Fireman could be very useful for a rear line objective holder, secure no man's land objective holder, keep your heavy units moving. Yeah, one of the Incursor groups usually stays behind to do that. Obviously, they can't do it as well, but because they have like a backup of Centurions, these guys go a bit forward to kind of get a bit forward. Really want to hear how that tournament goes. Definitely will be making a video about it. How did you come up with your custom attachment? I think basically the very first Screamer video kind of described it. Essentially, it's a Centurions look cool as hell. In 9th edition, you can make them super stealthy. You still kind of can. So I was like, wouldn't it be funny to have an army which is basically Raven Guard, but with all tanky things, like all big heavy hitters? Like, Desolators was another thing that I wanted to use, until they got nerfed into the ground. 3 games in 1 day is pretty savage, doable but by the end of that 3rd game, I'm always proper knackered. Yeah, I imagine it's going to be tiring. I imagine there will be a point where I was like, ugh. I want to play 12 rounds, 50 minutes each of Magic the Gathering, only to lose in the final. What a PS4. Wow. I don't know how to play Magic, so that sounds impressive. So yeah, this is the army. So yeah, they've got Las Cannon, Melter, Plasma, Las Cannon, Melter. There's a lot of, and these guys have Inferno pistols. So there's a lot of like heavy hitting damage. Obviously, Hurricane Bolters, and Flamers. These guys have the missiles as well, which are blasts. So there's a lot of like clearing stuff, which is quite good. These guys can obviously come in with 40 attacks and just rip everything to shreds with lethal hits on the charge. Haven is awesome. These guys do whatever they need to do. You do a lot of mortal wounds with this guy, especially if you tank shock. And these guys, the Devastators as well are really good. There's a Stratton Vanguard Spearhead, which is the you have +1 to hit and +1 AP for if you're over 12 inches. Really good on these guys. So you're getting 2s to hit, re-rolling 1s because that's their default thing. Very, very nice. And obviously, so much twin linked. Are homebrew rules allowed in the tournament? No, they're not. I'll be using Vanguard Spearhead, but I think what I will, because I know that Tabletop Tactics have done like custom rules, so they had like a custom Dark Mechanicum, and they've done a custom Harlequins one. Did they do a Dark Mechanicum one? They've done a Emperor's Children one. So I might be like, hey, if you want to do like another custom detachment game, I can bring the Screaming Ravens and see how it goes. Have you considered the absolutely wacky and fun game of Warhammer Blood Bowl? Blood Bowl I've heard is very popular. I've heard, I think I overheard it like when I was at the Warhammer shop at one point. Blood Bowl is like their most popular non-like standard game because there's a lot of people who just play Blood Bowl. Like it's a very like popular niche. There's a lot of people who play Blood Bowl who don't play anything else. But I'm interested. It looks quite good. I've been to 4 40k tournaments, and yes, they're very tiring. Make sure you've had coffee. I'll have my ADHD medication. I can't have caffeine, but I will have ADHD medication at least. I definitely need to make sure to take it, because otherwise I will die. Thankfully, you got a buy. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a buy. If you're out there, I can't remember your name, but if you're out there, my opponent for tomorrow, don't turn up. Let me have the buy. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. And then I can get home, go to bed, wake up, play a hell of a lot of Satisfactory. Extremely simple and fun while being extremely deep and rewarding. Yeah, it does look quite cool. So the other thing I want to do... Don't give me another reason to spend money. Like I felt like non-divergent chapters for Space Marine are not doing well. I think I'm the only one bringing... I'll double check. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person bringing non-divergent Space Marines. So yeah, there's two Blood Angels players. Oh no, someone else is. Who are you bringing? Oh, someone's bringing Imperial Fists in Gladius. Someone else is bringing Gladius. So there's me and that guy bringing Gladius. There's two Blood Angels players. There's 1, 2, 3 Chaos players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Nid players. 2 Necron players. 3 Necron players. A Votan player. 1, 2, 3, 4 Guard players. Couple of Admech players. Steve's the only person bringing Chaos Knights. So that'll be fun. Couple of Sisters players. There's a World Eaters player. A couple of Tau players and a couple of Eldari players. So there's a decent mix. No Drukari. No Thousand Suns. No Custodes. No Grey Knights, I don't think. No Gene Stealer Cult. So there's quite a few things that aren't there. But there's also quite a few things that are there. Chaos Space Marine, I think, yeah. So it's Chaos, like a couple of Chaos Space Marine players. Where do you get third-party pieces? Because I need some breach shields for my custom chapter. So the jetpacks for these guys are from Puppets War. This past Nova Open was my very first tournament. I bought a cooler of energy drinks with me. That really helped. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take a big thing of drink. Extreme lack of multiple Storm Ravens. I would not build 2. Or even just paint 2. Ooh. I got a chocolate bar from the missus. Thank you. Do not poo hoist your opponents. I mean, it'll win. Yeah, a couple of Admech players and at least 2 Admech players, I think. Don't charge to the World Eater. I mean, they're going to charge into me. Please take some pics of the armies and games. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try and take many pictures as possible, but obviously time limit wise and just kind of, you know, the vibe while there. I'll basically try and make as much, document as much as possible without obviously taking too much time out of the day. I'll definitely post a picture tomorrow as we head off to say, hey, we're on our way. And I'll get a photo with Dev.guys or something, maybe. Don't listen to the media charge into World Eaters. The media lies to you. Go fight them. Hi, Billy Bob. How's it going? What does non-divergent mean? It's basically not the ones that get like bonus, like the ones that have extra things like Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Black Templar. So it's the ones you get in the main book, essentially. However much you think is enough water, it's not double it. I have a bottle which is like a 2 or 3 litre bottle of I'm going to take squash, essentially. Do not shoot the World Eaters unless you can wipe the unit. Yeah, they get better when they're damaged, right? Don't shoot them, don't charge them, just ignore them. Just hope they go away. Have fun. That is probably the best advice. I definitely will have fun. Maybe, unless all my opponents are assholes. But this is the thing, I've never actually... This is the one thing, I've never played Warhammer against a stranger. This is going to be the weirdest thing. I've literally never played Warhammer against a stranger. I've only ever played against friends. So it'll be really interesting to see how that goes. Just respect the 20-inch move from Angron. Well, respect the 20-inch move from the stormraven. Simply put them on a slimming world. Yeah, then the World Users can't possibly do anything. Make sure to blame Steve wherever possible. Yes. Steve, it will be Steve. It will be Steve's fault. Who is Hushan? Yeah. Or like Hushan. Bullseye extended would work well in the White Scars attachment. Yeah, this is the thing. A lot of the detachments work for my army. Right. That's a good question. Do they have anger? I can actually see people's lists now. This is the thing. Do it later. Does the World Eater player have an Angron? Yes. It's Angron, Khan, Lord Invocatus, Juggernaut, Executioner, Jackals, Corn Berserkers, World Eaters 8-bound, 8-bound, Exalted 8-bound, Chaos Spawn, Mauler Fiend. And they are against a Chaos list. Which is, I didn't fairly, anything interesting in here? Bikers. Chosen. I don't know. Yeah. We shall see. We shall see. Let's play I am is to feed him a sacrificial lamb unit each turn. This is the thing, is I have my army, if I lose like Centurions, my army falls apart. If you meet a cheater or something. Yeah, this is the thing, right? I feel like because it's kind of the Tabletop Tactics community, I feel like it'll be alright. I'm pretty sure they won't tolerate that kind of thing, so. Because obviously their brand is kind of... They have a brand on YouTube to promote and stuff, so they don't really want to have people going away from the tournament unhappy. I'm putting Chaos Rhino Skull Trophy on my Infernal Master to help him summon Corn Demons. Right. The other thing I wanted to do, I wanted to just quickly check through a couple of documents. So, Pariah Nexus Companion, the core rules update, and the balance. They say mostly I just want to look for. So, the one problem I have with the Stormraven is it's massive, and I can never remember like wings overhanging like board edges and stuff is a huge problem for trying to hide it. So, I just want to have a look at stuff. But first, because there's a couple of changes to the tournament ones. I think they're using the tournament pack. So, like, I need to remember these. So that's fine. Yeah, character models instead of units, I guess, which is fine. It's not a huge issue. When the unit's player added that unit to their army, the points value they subtracted from the total permitted for the battle was sufficient. Right, okay, so this is basically saying if you put... This is basically stopping people from going, I've got a unit, I'm paying for a unit of 20, but I'm taking 19, so you can't have this. Okay, that's fine. Players roll off, winner selects which corner. Okay, that's fine as well. Scorched Earth. Each time a player burns an objective marker, that player scores 5 victory points. I don't know what it said before. Or each player? Burn the Truth Primary, so how many times can each player score VP? Yeah, I don't think there's anything super interesting in there. I don't know what mission I'm playing yet. And the board setup stuff they have elsewhere. First ever tournament? Hell yeah. So. Wings. Right. Because there's a whole lot of stuff around wings, but it's like monsters only. It's very weird. Yeah. So, you can move it across... While a model, excluding vehicle models that don't have the walking... So, while a model that isn't a vehicle that does have a walker, so excluding the Stormraven, is moving a straight line... It can be moved through any space that space can fit through. So this doesn't apply for the Stormraven. When moving monsters or vehicles, such models cannot be moved through other friendly monsters or vehicle units and must be moved around them. Oh, that's interesting. When moving monster or vehicle models, such models cannot be moved through other friendly models or vehicle models. While a model excluding vehicle models that don't have the walker keyword is moving in a straight line, it can be moved through any space its space can fit through. So it's not an aircraft model because it loses the aircraft keyword. If the base can fit with the wings cannot. But it's weird, right? Because it says excluding vehicle models that don't have the war keyword. So stormravens, if in moving in a straight line, it can't be moved through this, but it's got wings that go over the top of it, so that should be fine, right? The other one I want to look for a lot is ruins. So it's not an aircraft model. No, go back to wings. I think that was the thing that I was more worried about. Where's the other wings word? Down here, look. When a unit is deployed, it's set up on the battlefield. If a rule specifies that unit must be deployed within a certain area, that unit must be. The model is so large that its base cannot physically be set up. Must be searching a battlefield. During a turn, which large will set up on the battlefield, that moving. Some large models, typically aircraft, have wings and other parts that extend significantly beyond their base. Such models can overhang a deployment zone if it is not possible to set them up otherwise. When setting them up, their base must still be held. This is the part that I get confused at. Basically, your movement part applies to your plane, even if in hover, but you can't be stationary on top of the walls. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to see how it's less like how they interpret the rules. It's how I don't know the rule properly because I get really confused with this. Because this is the one that really gets me. Such models can overhang a deployment zone if it is not possible to set them up otherwise. So if it is possible to set them up in a bad way, you have to do it, right? Unless you physically block yourself in. I think overhang is probably the word I'm looking for here, right? Can models overhang the edge of the battlefield? Yes, as long as their model's hull is wholly on the battlefield. Now, this is the other problem. The hull. Hull is the thing.
Hull?
Hull. The location. So yeah, when disembarking transport, we need to know what the hull is. We're measuring to and from vehicles, excluding walker vehicles that have a base, and models that do not have a base. Measure to and from its hull, which means any part of the model that is closest to the point of being measured from or to. Note that this may not correspond literally with the area on a vehicle used to determine the hull. Yeah, so wings are hull. Don't forget to yell pivot. I expect you to yell pivot if you ever have to pivot. If you don't, I'll be very disappointed. I will call you out. Hull doesn't matter for stormraven since it has a base. But it's a vehicle. Measuring to and from vehicles and models that do not have a base. So vehicles and models that do not have a base. Measure to and from the hull. So it does matter, right? So, because I can drop from the wings, essentially, because as long as it's 5... Are you bringing friends to take... I'm well, Steve is taking us, but he's playing. You can't actually take spectators, unfortunately. You don't exclude non-walkers. You don't... Yeah. You can shoot at... from a wing. Yeah. Let's go talk about for deep strike or regular deployment. I usually regularly deploy them because they're such a big part. Yeah, so you can shoot. Everything goes from the wing, unless that wing is off the table. So this was the other thing, like in ruins, right? Where's the nice ruins section? Because there was one here. Every part of its model and its base is used to determine if it is within wholly or not within. Visibility to and from such models that overhang its base is determined only by its base and parts of the model do not mimic. So this is the other thing, right? For the purposes of visibility into or through a ruin, visibility to and from such a model that overhangs its base is determined only by its base and parts of the model that do not overhang its base. Are you going to do a video after 20? Yes. How much you usually score in your casual games? In the past few, not very well. I've been wiped out pretty quick. Usually in the 50s, I think. Although, actually, on Monday, that was the first game that we could both, like... We normally don't do the 10 points for being battle ready. We actually both could do it this time. And for all the games we put in tabletop tactics, we have. Yeah. For vehicles, is usually determined if... But yeah, this is the thing here. So does this mean that a stormraven can put its wings into the area of a ruin, and that doesn't count as being partly within the ruin? Yeah, I might ask. Hey, Kitbrook, you give names to your different models? Some of the individual models have been named. Right, okay, so that does definitely help, because one of the problems I was always having in deployment is being like, I can't put the stormraven anywhere without it either, like, overhanging into a ruin, which means it's, like, towing into that ruin, or it's in an awkward place. But if I can... if the wings can, like, overhang the ruin, that's fine. So obviously, in this case, like, it wouldn't be like this, but there's no diagram for, like, a flyer. Because obviously this is new, this is in red. So for a vehicle model to be wholly within a ruin, every part of that vehicle's model must be wholly within that ruin. For a monster model to be wholly within that ruin, the model's base must be wholly within that ruin, regardless of... So this is the dumb thing. Look, for a monster model, the model's base. For a vehicle, every part of the vehicle. This example sucks. Could you post your listeners? Yeah, I can, after the stream, I'll add it in. We went through it earlier. I can show it again in a bit. So, yeah, like, so Angron, for example, right? Or Magnus. Magnus is a perfect example. Big-ass wings. He's a monster. For him to be wholly within the ruin, it's just the base. But for a vehicle, it has to be every part of that vehicle model. But up here, it says no. Yeah. Yeah, they uploaded the bit, but not the example. Yeah, I will probably email the TO. It's probably a bit late now. I might just ask tomorrow. I'm just like... I need to remember what page this is on. Page 28. The app has... That's the wrong app. The Warhammer 40k app has these things in it, doesn't it? If I go to... Is it key documents? Yeah. This the rules commentary? Search for ruins. Ruins of visibility. Yeah, so I've got it on the app, so I'll basically just ask, hey, how does that work? We're hoping to get there a little early, so at least we can sort that out early. But that is such... Because I saw this the other day, before I played Steve, and then I saw the example, well, hang on, it doesn't work. But I think it does. And that really, really helps hide a stormraven, because my god, is stormravens are impossible to hide otherwise. Where did you get the stratagem templates for the detachment? I made them myself. If you want them, I think they're on Discord. In the home brewery. I think they're pinned in the home brewery Discord. I mean, tank guns that rotate always make me confused about the rules. Yeah, because yeah, but then tanks don't have a base, so that's different. I don't know. Yeah, it's a story. Like the story is just so big, like it's such a big model. It's like if you put it on its side, it's like, yeah, it's massive. Make sure to note that parts of the model that do not have its base means if the center of the flyer is taller than the building, it can be seen. Yeah, so that's different if it's a aircraft. If you go into hover mode, then you lose the aircraft keyword, so you lose that part of it, and it just becomes a vehicle. Okay, I think I linked it somewhere else. I will, find. No, that's all vehicles, is it? Because I thought with ruins, yeah, because I thought with ruins, right, like, if you're only determining visibility based on the base, right? So let's say the stormraven's base was here, and its wing was in here. It no longer counts as this, it would count as this. So essentially, stormraven here, wing is in here, means I can't be seen even if I'm tall. Visibility to and from such models that overhang its base is determined only by its base, and parts of the model do not overhang its base. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the ruin, this is infinitely tall, right? For purposes of visibility, the ruin is essentially quote-unquote obscuring. Yeah, so I'm aware that, like, essentially this kind of section of the stormraven is part of the visibility. You're not just trying to aim for this, you're trying to aim for this. Because, yeah, that's part of just the kind of ruins themselves. Like you see here, like, obviously they can clearly see this through this gap, but this counts as a, like, thing. So, yeah, a few people, I think, have arrived since the start, so we can go over the list again quickly. It is Stormraven. Stormraven, which will carry a Brutalis and 3 Centurion Assault Centurions with Melter. We have 3 Assault Centurions with Flamers. A Redemptor. A Tech Marine, probably go along with the Redemptor, although he usually gets left behind and dies. This is a Phobos Lieutenant who goes with this squad of Incursors. There's another squad of Incursors here. 6 Devastator Centurions. This is he has the enhancement that makes him a lone operative, so he's there to just thunderhammer stuff and do some objectives. This counts as Cave and Shrike for the purposes of the tournament, and then 10 Vanguard Vets with Inferno pistols, and this has a Melter on it. So lots of Melter, lots of Las, Inferno, lots of Stabby, lots of Hurricane Bolters. Should be a fun time. Was it Lieutenant the correct way of saying Lieutenant? What is the English way of saying it? I think in Warhammer they say Lieutenant, so I say Lieutenant. So yeah, this here is essentially the biggest thing that's going to help me in this tournament. Know what your local meta is like for this event? I've seen. Well, I didn't know what it would be like. So it's at the Tabletop Tactics place. I didn't know what it would be like before, but we've seen it. It's fairly. There's a few Guard players, a few Chaos players, a few Ardari players. Why don't you have a Converse Black Star? Because I'm not playing. Because I don't play Deathwatch. And I like the Stormraven. Stormraven looks cool. The guns are a little bit flaccid, shall we say? I didn't quite put them on right, so I was going to magnetize them at some point. So this is quite loose, so they goes up and down quite a lot. It's fine. Was there anything in the balance data slate that is pertinent? I don't think there was. Yeah, because I don't play Ironstorm. Like, this was all fine. Yeah, so I think the balance data state is fine. Obviously, there were a couple of things in the stratagems a while ago. Although, have they changed that again? I'm pretty sure they changed. Where's it gone? They lowered the cost of. Maybe it's up here. Maybe they've upped it again. I thought they changed the stratagems. That might be somewhere else. As a guard player, I have no idea why anyone is playing guard competitively. I mean, they seem to be doing pretty well. My first game is a double dawn, a double dawn guard player. So his list is 2 Cadian command squads, a commissar, a tank commander with grand strategist, Ursula Creed, 4 10 squads of 4 Cadian structures with 10 people in each, 6 chimeras, 3 armored sentinels, 2 heavy weapon squads, Kasakin, and then 2 Rogel Dawns. We are average. Yeah, I mean, average is good. Roger got tempted with firing stuff at lone op. Yes. They basically made it so those tricks don't work anymore, because that was a bit silly. They count as attacks. I don't play Ironstorm, also Paul brings 4 heavy vehicles and tank. This is the thing that the Screaming Ravens fit into every single detachment. They want to advance and charge. They want to have assault. They want to have Ironstorm. They want to have all the movement shenanigans from Vanguard. Yeah, that guard player is playing to win. Oh well. Yeah, 6 chimeras. Any ability that mentions stratagem free now makes it cost 1 CP less. Yes. Any ability that makes stratagem cost more is 12-inch order. Yeah. There's no Drukhari players tomorrow, which is good, because Archons are scary. CP increases is once per game? Yes. Once per... Once per game. Yeah, strategy. No, that's so. Reinforcements is now once per game. This one isn't once per game anymore. It's slightly different. Which captain did you choose? So I've got a. This is a jump captain with a Thunderhammer. This is Cave and Shrike. I mean, Special Raven Captain. Oh, this is Shrike. This is Cave and Shrike. How do you think you'll realistically do in the tournament? I'm going in expecting to go 0-3. Because 1, I'm not very good. 2, I'm not very good. I think I've just got a weird list. I don't actually know how good I am compared to other people, realistically. Because I only really play against like the same few people, so I actually don't know what like my skill level is. I'm really kind of just going there to have a good time. And to learn stuff and kind of experience it. It's not a 2-day event though, it's a 1-day. It's a 1-day league day essentially. It's Tabletop Tactics League Day. 3 games, so it's I guess a smaller tournament. It's not a full tournament. Try to improve the number of points you get in each. Yes, that's mostly what I'm going for. Is the main thing I kind of fall apart on is you can probably tell from this list. There's one key ingredient that's not really in here, and that's anything that scores any sort of points. There's no battle line in here. The only things that can realistically, like, this guy does actions, these guys could potentially do actions. Like, there's a whole lot of like just nasty killing stuff, but not a whole lot of playing the game. So, it's an RTT basically. Yeah, that's the one. Would you ever consider making a Storm Eagle gunship just for the fun? Storm Eagles are the big ones, right? They're like 800 points. They're incursors. So these used to be infiltrators until this went up in points, which is very annoying. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think taking the Stormraven out gives you so many points to actually do stuff with. I just like the Stormraven. I like he's got like, you can't see it here, but he's got loads of blood on the base that's like splashed up, because I like the idea of him jumping out the Stormraven just slamming onto something. That's his whole thing. It just also looks cool. And it means I don't have to paint a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, basically, I would say this all here is fairly... Well, probably not these two. If you take these two out, the rest of this is fairly core. If you take him, if you take this, this, and this out, this is like... That's 380... That's 400 points there that you could easily swap with other stuff. One thing I did do recently is I actually put him in the last game I played against Steve. I actually put I buffed up the stormraven turn 1, jumped him in the stormraven, and then had him jump back out and do stuff. Deacon cursors could be pretty good for an objective. Yeah, so cursors usually do the objective stuff, but they're pretty squishy. How long is a stream? As long as I feel like it. Probably not too long. I do need to get up very, very early. I need to get up at like 6 to get ready and go, because it's a couple of hours away. Yeah, I'm really just kind of here, just chatting and looking for advice. The other thing I actually wanted to look at, because it's on here. I had it loaded up before. This should work. So this is the actual like page that they have about what happens. So I'm gonna go through this and just check I've got everything. And again, for funny name for your brutalis, call it the base. Oh, I've got a name. Actually, my brutalis already has a name. He's called the cacophonous sarcophagus. Yeah, I've got a few names for things. That's the cacophonous sarcophagus. That's Voxar the Boombringer, although I might get another Redemptor and make a proper Voxar the Boombringer. Just have this could be the base. Although yeah, dropping the base is the whole point of this, right? I mean, these guys could be the base, but these guys are like the Samus squad. It's like the Pokemon squad. He could be the base actually. Dropping the base is because he's a deep striker. He could be the base. Damn, Paul is under 18. Damn, you're right. I went bold very, very, very early. Rather than fun models over competitive any day. Yeah, this is the thing. This just should be fun. I'll be honest, I usually get about 6:30, but getting over 6 isn't that bad. But I do need to sleep. But obviously not right now. I was mostly great at 17. Yeah, that's about it. I had very thick long hair for a while and then it all went. It was very much a, better to burn out than to fade away haircut. Yeah. So this is basically, yeah. I have to, if I'm under 18, whoops. My bad. Done that already. I've got that. I've registered. I can't change my list anymore. Since you're a professional VTuber, any tips on what to start messing about VTubing? VTube Studio is pretty good. And then just kind of start doing stuff with that. No, once you've got the kind of the actual VTuber model, it's not too bad. I did try making my own VTuber model. It's not that... Well, for a stick figure, it's pretty easy. But for actual anything else, it's pretty good. Paul sleeping stream. That would be very boring. Or it might not be boring. I toss and turn a lot in my sleep. Fully painted and based with a minimum of 3 colours. I think I've used a minimum of 3 colours. How many colours have I used? All of them. Like even just within like my the psychedelic experience here, like there's every colour. Give it stash. I got some arm jiggle physics if it does it properly. Will you work on playing AOS again? Yes. So after this tournament, I'm gonna basically be like doing all the stuff that I should have been doing beforehand, because obviously I had to prepare for this. So AOS prep, doing some Gundams, finishing Magnus, working on some other stuff. I'll probably end up playing a lot of Satisfactory, but hey ho. This weekend is going to be my kind of, once I've done this, like I can relax, play some Satisfactory, chill, and then next week I'll start doing proper stuff again. AOS and Gundam and the next things, really. Discord reviews, yeah, I'm catching up on those as well. I've been doing pretty good on those. I'm like mid-March now. Or did I get to April? No, I got to April. I'm in April now. Did you paranoidically really... yeah, that's what we were doing earlier. I've got them open here. I was going through them. There is one question I need to ask the Temple Tabs guys. Miniatures on your army should be modeled with the equipment that has been paid for. The only thing that's not really WYSIWYG is these guys don't have. They're not holding a pistol, but they could have a pistol elsewhere. And I've always kind of thought of the Inferno pistol being like a weird like sound thing anyway. And technically he doesn't have a shield, he has a thunderhammer, but I don't care, it looks cool. But everything else is actually WYSIWYG, I think. I can't think of anything that's not. Mostly because the majority of my army is Centurions, and they're very easy to WYSIWYG. So 3D printed and third-party accessories permitted. Cool. They did send an email saying that if you don't have this, it's fine, because they were so difficult to get a hold of. I do actually have this now, which is good. I've got a tape measure, I've got a set of dice. What I've done with my dice, I've actually taken I've got 40,000 Suns dice. I think the Tabletop Napkins guys are pretty good about it, to be honest. And again, this is a fairly casual tournament. I don't think they're going to be that bad about it. Yes, I've got 40,000 Suns dice, which I've put in the bag and gone. So if I need to do my Vanguard vets, I can just go dump 40,000 Suns dice in and go. What's the chapter master's name? Well, that's Cave and Shrike. I don't think he has a name. I haven't made a name for him yet. I then got all of my other sets of dice which I've taken in groups of 12. Because so much of this army is 3s, 4s, and 6s. Hurricane Bolters, 6s. Some of these things are 1s or 2s, but he has 6 attacks in melee. He gets D6 attacks. Or these guys have 3 attacks in melee. These guys have 3 attacks in melee, 3 attacks in melee, 4 attacks here. 3 attacks in melee here, and otherwise it's 2s, which is fine. So 12 is a perfect number of dice because they like homebrew. Oh no, I don't have a chapter's master. I don't have a chapter master name for the homebrew yet. Like 12 is a perfect number because it divides into so many things, and so many of my things have 4s and 3s that I just want to be able to have like 12, which makes me wonder why people don't sell dice in packs of 24. They sell them in packs of 20. I want to make at some point, and this is a kind of like, you know, flash in the pan, like, far off idea. I want to make Screaming Raven dice where you get 24 dice instead of 20. 2 groups of 12 of 2 random colors. So it's like the Screaming Ravens, like you don't know what colors you're going to get. 2 random colors, 2 sets of 12, and then that's what you get as a Screaming Raven dice, because 12 is such a better number than 10. I always take at least 2 different dice colors in case I want to roll multiple different guns. Yeah, I usually do them one at a time, just because I don't have that many things to do. How do you think you'll go if you get anti-armor checked with a Knight's army? Funny you should say that. I play against the only Knight's army that's there is Steve, and I've played against Steve 3 times and I've lost to him all 3 times, but I've done better each time. So I'm not too worried about Knights this time. I'm a bit of a slave to WYSIWYG when games aren't casual with friends. Yeah. I think if anyone calls me out for WYSIWYG on this army, I'll be like, okay, fine. Be a arsehole about it. But, like, I feel like most people are going to be okay with it. But again, if someone calls me out, then oh well. That's my bad. And yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Only 30 dice for 1 unit. Yeah, these guys are 40. If I want to roll these guys, it's 40, which is why I want to have a block of 40. A more variety uniform colors makes it easier for us. Yes, yeah, so that's why I figured 2 groups of 12, because 12 is so nice. Like, again, it might just be for me. Being able to find 24 dice and having distinct, 2 distinct colors is super good. Because Hurricane Bolters, when they're in rapid fire range, are 12. So I can just go, here's 12, here's 12. That's all of my rapid fire dice. There's a website for that. A website for what? Making dice? Is there? I have to look into that. like with the like here I've got 6 6 lascannon shots. I can look at the colors of 12 and go, okay, I need half of those. What is the white guy in the middle under the stormraven? This is a Phobos lieutenant. When you so he was my paint jam entry. If you take a photo of that model and invert it, he looks like the rest of them. That was the point of him. So yeah, I've got that. I've got tape measure, set of dice. I've got my army K cards. I've only taken the cards that I need rather than the whole block. And I've put them in my notebook. So I've got a notebook with me as well. I've also got the app, the Tabletop Battles app. So I've got that ready. That's all good. If require accessibility access, I don't. So that's fine. So yeah, arrive at 9. So we're leaving at around 7, I think. Welcome briefing. So saying hello. Game 1 lunch. So yeah, each game's 2.5 hours. We'll see how I get on. We've mostly, like, Steve and I have mostly been doing quite well in getting our games under 3 hours. That's mostly because I die pretty quick. Saying your name, thank you. I'll have a look at that on my phone. Ah, Baron of Dice. Interesting. I will look into that. At some point. Probably next week. Obviously, I'll finish the stream, then go to bed, then set this battery. So yeah, there's a fairly hefty lunch of 1 hour and 15. Again, a lunch is provided, which is very nice. Obviously, I have to pay for it, but it's like in fact, that's one thing. So that's probably the most important thing we need to check. Only was it only? Yeah, here it is. This is what we need. This is what we're here for. What am I gonna have for lunch tomorrow? So they do pizzas. They do some burgers. A chicken burger would go pretty well. What time is lunch actually? Is it 12? Yeah, so I'll probably have to have an early breakfast so I can eat that. Got some nice fries here. You know. So this is what it looks like. So yeah, that's provided, which is very, very nice. So probably a burger and some chips maybe. I always like a loaded fry. The double stack burger is probably a bit much. But maybe. Stop making me hungry. Wood-fired pizza though as well. I mean, I like the look of the cowabunga. That was pretty good. A lot of meat on that. I like a good meaty pizza. What made you want to join your first tournament? It was at the Tabletop Tactics League days. I figured it'll be a nice place to go. 1, I'm a fan of them. 2, I figure because it is like it's kind of a fan event as well. I figure the atmosphere would be quite nice. Is this food near the event? It's so it's a food truck that they've hired for the event. The burger looks better quality than the pizza. Yeah, we'll see. I think the thing as well is obviously it depends what everyone else has, because if pizza is really popular, then it might take longer. What the actual fuck are loaded fries? This fries with stuff on top. Please make raw rules. I will. Please make more custom rule videos. Yeah, I will. Definitely will. Definitely planning to do a lot of rule stuff for Stream Ravens. It's a lot of fun actually. I have ideas for detachments, but rather than each attachment being like, because you know how like say Dark Angels for example, it's like the what are they called, the Deathwing, the Raven Wing, and then the other things. I like the idea of each attachment actually being like different facets of the way the Stream Ravens works. Like this to be like the kind of hit hard with tanky stuff detachment. Then there'll be or the detachment I made will be like the kind of confusion warfare one. There's a detachment which is all about like the one, you know, ominous coring and then going in, and another detachment which is about speed or something. So they're all like different ways that these Screaming Ravens utilize their thing, rather than being like we're this section of like the chapter. It's always the same people. It's just their kind of battle tactic changes between the detachments. Anyway, yeah, lunch. And then there's a tea break. There's like a hour-long award ceremony where I'll get nothing. Fast and screaming or screaming fast, exactly. Exactly, Mr. Von Carmine. It's all about, it's Brannigan's law is like Brannigan's love, hard and fast. Oh god, it's a bit of a flashbang. Yeah, open league with all the current GW FAQs and battle state slates, 1 day format, 3 games, 2.5 hours allowed. Employ a hard dice down rule when the game's round time has ended. Please not begin a new game battle round with your opponent if you don't believe you complete it on time. We expect games to be played to completion. In the event that it's not possible, we'll accept an equal amount of turns played. So, hope you lose for a game, have fun in the last games. I'm expected to go 0-3 pretty quick, but I'm expected to have fun and learn. That's the main thing. Armament going to be changed. That can't anymore. That's fine because I just used like Battle Scribe or I used the Warhammer app actually. Legends so this is the interesting one for Tabletop Tactics. You're allowed to use Legends in Tabletop Tactics tournaments. If you do lose, I hope it's to Tau. There are a couple of Tau players. I might lose to Tau. I don't know how to play against Tau. I've never played against them before. Allies can be used as determined by the armies. However, only one ally source can be used. So that's their rule. And it says we recommend not using detachments codex, but I don't know how many people do that. So I think the Tabletop Tactics guys are like, if you're playing Blood Angels, you should use the Blood Angels. How do you get promoted in Screaming Raven ranks? I actually don't know. There's a lot of lore around that. I honestly don't know. Like, how do people get promoted normally in Space Marines? I actually don't know. I guess just deeds. Hi, the average John. How's it going? Yeah, so each primary mission rule will be drawn in front of all attending players. Once a primary mission and mission rule is played, it's removed. So yeah, so basically we've got our like deployments already, so I know which deployment I'm doing in first game, but I don't know what the mission is. And it looks like it's like everyone gets the same mission at the same time, which is interesting. Our events are designed to be an immersive hobby experience that challenges your general ship across a variety of beautifully painted battlefields. So they definitely go more for the kind of hobby side. But there's like, they have sealed buildings, open building structures are ruins, gantries and bridges count as part of the ruin, and vehicles and monsters can go through them. Trench line stuff is barricade. Vehicles and monster units may end their move on top of a trench line thing. By straddling it, they may also move onto parts of sealed building structures if it is under 2 inches of height, or if their base or footprint can be placed on them. It is permitted for a base to overhang slightly in these scenarios if the vehicle or monster may be placed safely. No plunging fire. I've never used plunging fire because it never comes up. Equipment on hand, so they'll be there. If you have some obscure Scream Raven lore that you haven't been able to fit in the video, so there's Colin from Accounts. I think we talked about him in the last charity stream. Colin from Accounts. Death in service. When I played it, my opponent focuses it, lived the whole game. Oh, the ghost, because Ghost Kill has like a, it's difficult to hit. It has stealth and it has like a 4 invuln. Well, Screaming Ravens have daily missions relative to their current battle. The Screaming Ravens are an MMO with dailies. That would be quite funny. Lone Operative and a shield drone for 0 damage. Oh, they're Lone Operative as well, aren't they? Trades objectives are pre-placed on the board. They may sometimes be on things. Blah blah blah. Do not move. I mean, I'm probably gonna knock something. That's the one. This is actually the one thing I'm really concerned about, is knocking something over. Because I do it all the time, like trying to move stuff in and out. It's kind of difficult. I haven't played in 2 days to see if a lot has changed. Yeah, like from 9th to 10th, because I only started playing in 9th, but 9th to 10th was a pretty big change. Screaming Raven get master crafted gear via a battle pass. Yeah, you have to pay for the battle pass. That's how you get promoted. You have to pay for the battle pass. Otherwise, you can only get promoted so far because you get all just the free stuff on the battle pass, but you don't get the really good stuff. That's how these guys have all of these cosmetics. They all got the battle pass. These guys played during the F-Zero X battle pass, so they got all the cool cosmetics. And the stormraven, he's new. He hasn't bought the battle pass, so he's only got the fancy guns. Yeah, matchups will be determined by Swiss pairing style. Swiss pairs players closest matching points against each other allow for the fairest matchups over the course of the event. Sure. In order to determine our event champion, so this is an interesting one. They have a win bonus. So if you win your first game, so when you win in the league, you get plus 100 points. If you win your first game, you get plus 100 points. If you win your second game, you get plus 200 points because you're essentially your. And then if you go 2-1, but you went win-win-loss, you'd get a 300-point bonus. If you go win-loss-win, you would get a 200-point bonus, which makes sense because your second win was against someone else who went 1-1, right? So. Swiss pairing. It's a competitors meet 1-on-1 in each round, are paired using a set of rules designed to ensure each competitor plays opponents with similar scoring numbers. Does not play the same opponent more than once. Mirrors the competitor with the highest aggregate point earned across all rounds. So during all for the first round, competitors are paired based on approximately how well they perform so far. In the first round, competitors are paired randomly. In subsequent rounds, competitors are sorted according to their cumulative scores and are assigned opponents with the same or similar score up to that point. So essentially the way it works is if you go 1-0, you're going to be paired with someone who's 1-0. And if they go 0-1, they're going to be paired with someone who's 0-1. The Ravens use sign language out of battle. Do they hang out with Sisters of Silence? I mean, possibly. Actually, I think the Screaming Ravens have a very specific sign language. It's really good. It's not seeded. Yeah. So I think the first round is probably random, and then it's 1-1. So basically, after the first game, it will be whoever else has lost that first game. I will play them. Also, players submit their scores. The last game of the event, bonus points will be calculated. File standings will be published. Winner player with the highest number of victory points will be ranked. So, games at our events are played with the spirit of friendly competition. We expect players to conduct themselves with the same grace and decorum that we display in the shows we do. So that's why I'm not too bothered about like a lot of stuff. It's going to be pretty casual. You might win your first game. I might. I'll win my first game. That'll be interesting. Like if I win the tournament, that would be insane. Like, I do not expect to, but if I somehow pull that off, that would be an amazing video. It's kind of one of those things like, hey, just pay everyone off to let me win so I can make a good bit of content. Yeah, humble in victory, gracious in defeat. I feel like, because I was saying this to Steve, like, Steve and I sometimes, we don't get salty, but it's annoying when things, like, start going a bit wrong, like dice aren't playing well or whatever. I feel like the atmosphere is going to be so different that I don't mind losing that much. And I'm there to have a fun game. And then their rules are basically, if you can't agree, call over a member of the crew. Their rulings are final. If it can't be clarified, they'll use a judgment die. Basically flip a coin. Oh, that's where they are. I mean, it's fucking public knowledge. Where were we? Yeah. Instances of intentional cheating, such as loaded... Like, if someone brings loaded dice... What are you doing? Why are you bringing loaded dice? Verbally returning the nefarious acts will not be... So no nefarious acts. I can't be nefarious. Which is my whole, like, thing. Such offenders will have the game scored to 0, be evicted from the venue. I can't be evicted from the venue because I wasn't driving there. So if I get evicted from the venue, I just have to hang out until Steve's finished. Yeah, the toilet die's infinite. Maybe I'll go flush a single die down their toilet just as like a you know, a rite of passage. No, I shouldn't encourage that, because if everyone starts doing that, then I'm going to block their drains. So don't do that. Thank you, Cornbread. I hope I do well. Centuria Bomb, yeah. With the militant arm of the Ordo Kronos, so they just appeared throughout time and space. What's your feeling on Eon's Battle? I've watched some Eon's Battle, it's quite good. Here's the thing with the Centurions. I don't like the way people primarisify them. I prefer them how they are. Don't just storm off declaring you've become a plant. Storming Gunship's only 255 points. I thought it was... Oh, I think... What's the really, really big one? You can be Nefari, you just can't get caught. Very true. Screen rooms are being loaded dice, loaded with literal... They'd bring, like, RGB dice where you roll and it just goes flashy lights. This is how you get there. It's there. It's on Bath Road. It's near Chippenham. There's a KFC. Which will probably be what I get on the way home. If Steve's alright with that. Yeah, here's the army again. Thunderhawk, thank you. I'm gonna feel so bad for humans. If Centurions go to Legends, like, part of me is gonna be like, ugh. But part of me is also gonna be like, well, that's like... That's content. Which is really bad. I'm 100%... If Centurions go to Legends, I'm 100% gonna go to Warhammer World and Protest. In like a fun way. I'll probably have to, like, see, you know... See if it's alright, but... Dyslexic people. Yeah, Screaming Ravens for some reason just really hate the dyslexic. They don't. Stormbird gunship. I mean, they're not Primaris, but they are cool. Have you thought about that? Yeah, exactly. I can see. And this is the thing. I think with Centurions, I think what they'll probably do, they'll probably, if they Primarisify Centurions, then take the old Centurions to Legends, I'll just use the models and just say they're Primarisified. Unless they're going to change the base size, or it's going to be significantly taller. Do you like birds? I actually, you know what? I do like birds. And yeah, it was only really when I realized Thousand Suns and Screaming Ravens, and I've got a lot of bird-based stuff on the Drukhari as well. Like the Scourges are all bird-winged. Gravis Marines are Primaris versions. The thing is, Gravis Marines are kind of the Primaris version of like Terminators, and then they didn't get rid of the Terminators. Brilliant and also go for refreshing is different going Legends. That was the weird thing about Age of Sigmar, though, right? Like they said, oh, all of these things are going to Legends, but what it meant was they're making new models and therefore like newer rules, which is weird. Paul is indeed a bird. Primaris Centurions with the size of old like box noughts, which would be very cool. Yeah, Terminator iconic. Some sort of tactical dreadnought. Some sort of Invicta tactical warsuit. There definitely needs to be like it's just an army of class clans. I have thoughts about all that. Yeah, that's fair, man. Some sort of tactical dreadnought armor. I definitely... Someone had a really good idea that I saw posted. So my idea for the custom chapter master, right? Which was the one that comes down as Centurion armor and then goes away and comes back as a jump captain or whatever. Someone had an amazing idea of having the chapter master be the pilot of the stormraven. Yeah, John Raven, John Screaming. Have him be the pilot of the stormraven. So when the stormraven goes down, he ejects and then comes back again. So it's like an additional like. It's very funny to me to have a chapter master that's like a he's the stormraven pilot. He comes back in like an Invicta warsuit, then he disappears again, comes back in a Centurion, then comes back again as a jetpack. Just keeps coming back as different things. Do they have Fortnite bus drop pods? I mean, this is kind of the Fortnite bus, but only on a 2+. true, because what would happen is I would roll a 1. The number of times these guys have either the Brutalis or these guys have rolled a 1 for their 2 on a 2+ this happens is so annoying. Yeah, Canis, people mention Canis Rex a lot as the way they do it. I need to properly have a look at that. Yeah, there's some very silly ideas. Have you been practicing with this exact army for a bit? I've not changed this army in the last 3 or 4 games I've played. So I've kind of been like working out like the best way to do it. Mostly it's the how long can I get the stormraven to last before it just gets blown up. And in the last game it actually lasted till around 3, which was really good for it, which really helped. The Brutalis got a lot of work done, which is when the Brutalis gets work done and can pop off. He's really good. These guys. So my problem with practice has been because I've been playing against Steve, who's taking his knights. These guys really haven't been able to do a whole lot because I'm going against knights and they're not good against it. I mean, they can take out a war dog pretty efficiently with the Inferno pistols and the lethal hits on charge, but then they just kind of get tied up, and that kind of sucks. You should have a squad that looks like it's from every other faction other than Space Marines. It's a good idea. Yeah, I started off with these guys. It's like, oh, these are my F-Zero guys. And then I started just going like, okay, these are my Metroid ones. These are my Pokemon ones. These are my Ocarina of Time ones. So basically, the entire core of the army is just video games now. Apart from this guy. He's just like split half and half. And these guys are just kind of random. These guys are very simple. It's just the trim and the under armor is different colors. These guys are the very first ones I did painted, where it is the random like splodges. He's just covered in blood. He has a cool flaming hand. That's the one Steve made. He's a inverted one. That was my practice with OSL. And also, look, I did a checkerboard. It's only a 4x4, but it's a checkerboard. And then the Stormraven is just a Stormraven. The armor looks freaking amazing. Thank you. I am very happy with how this came out. Your strongest unit needs to be Nintendo's anti-copyright team. If Nintendo want to come at me for having F-Zero, like, I doubt anyone could tell. Like, I don't think there's anyone in chat who could actually tell me all of the inspirations for every single F-Zero car. I mean, someone could. I love it. F-Zero X is like one of maybe my favorite game of all time. Yeah, it's become a joke where I was like, oh, checkerboard, who would do checkerboard? Like, and then everyone did it. And like the first paint jam, like everyone was doing checkerboard. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, Gravis were like the Primaris to fight Terminator, and then they were like, we can't get rid of Terminator. But the new Terminators do look fantastic, that's the thing. Skaven, Orc, Admech, Imperial Guard, Assbrain looked at this thinking, ah yes, a fourth of an army. That is the thing, right? Like, this is a very low model count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 28, 39 models, that's it. Very low model count. I'll have to look at my vehicles tomorrow then. I'll have to have a look. That's the other thing. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing everyone else's army. I want to see how people have painted it. Because I can have a look at your army. You said you were against Tyranids first, didn't you? Yeah, here you go. Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 15, 20... 21, 27, 28, 38, 39, 44... You got 54 models in your army. There's a lot more. And then the other Blood Angels has 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. 1, 2, 3... No, 48. So yeah, it's a low model count, but it's not super low. You think you might get some more Thousand Suns with the popularity? Yes. I have loads of Thousand Suns already. The way they did Thousand Suns in that game is beautiful. It's so good. It makes me want to go and finish my Thousand Suns army because they look amazing. That's like 500 points of appeal agents. This is the thing, like, yeah, like 40 Imperial Guard models if you take just like the Catachan, not the Catachan, the Cadians. That's like 240 points. My Admech tournament list had 97. Oof. Yeah, like my when I last did my Drukhari army, I think it was like 80 something. It's quite a lot. I don't go, but I still think GW shouldn't have chickened out, given the repackaged Terminators nostalgia. Yeah, I mean that. I think it's one of those things where I think now that they've released the new Terminators, they look fantastic. So I'm glad they didn't, but yeah. The article that said that what models were leaving the AOS range, that was separate from the units going to Legends. Yeah, it was a weird article. Because that's why everyone was like, gotta go. Thank you for stopping by, Top Orange. And thank you for being a member. The GC gets also over 100. How do you move all that? In blobs. You just shove them. You get one of those things they use at like casinos to move chips around. Just. Would you play Dawn of War 1 on stream in the future? Probably. I mean, I have it. Probably not, but never say never. Yeah, that was the thing. It was so because it was like these things are going away. Clan rats. You're not getting rid of clan rats. What you mean is the old models are being sunsetted. Old night, yeah, like old 90s 40s bunker board movement. There was a show that reminds me. There was a show in the UK where I think they basically used like medieval. They used Total War, but it was a show on I think Channel 4, which was like they had contestants come on to have to reenact a battle, and they'd move around like the blocks of stuff with those things. It was very funny. You know, I can't remember what it was called. It was a really interesting show, and then they would like show it was like, and here's our like recreation in like on computer graphics. It was just Total War. So basically, they would like plan out the thing, and then they'd have someone play Total War in the background. They have 300 clan rats, Jesus. Yeah, the old ones are no longer being sold, but they were getting a refresh. Yeah, Time Commanders. That sounds right. Time Commanders. Yeah. It came back? Wait. I remember it from, like... Richard Hammond did it? Really? I don't remember Richard Hammond doing it. I remember, like... I don't remember Richard Hammond doing it. There's a bunch of Roman, yeah, because there's a bunch of Roman battles. You don't think Space Marines have too many units? Yeah. But I feel like the width of Space Marines is what makes like again part of it is like having the width is cool and like variety is nice, but then it's also like tactical Marines don't need to be around anymore. I don't remember Hammond doing it. I remember someone else doing it, but I must have only seen like the seasons here. I don't remember it coming back. I must have only seen the first season. That's something we'll do on stream one day. We'll watch Time Commanders. We'll watch a bunch of old UK stuff. Like we'll watch Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf's great. Probably would immediately get copyright struck, but we could do like a watch along. When I was at a tea with GW staff and they cleaned house, really? Oh yeah, because these are all the battles, right? Like Yeah, alright, okay, so season 1 had 16 episodes, so I must have only watched that, because I don't remember season 2. 1066? Is there like a episode list thing? I guess not. Yeah, the game engine that was used was Rome Total War. The game being released... it was before the game even came out. Rome Total War's designer and writer, Mike said, Time Commanders did use Rome code pretty much as is, with tweaks for different troop types and camera controls. The television program contained no reference to the origin of the software due to PPC's rules against product placement. However, Rome Total War makers, the Creative Assembly, were named in the credits of the show. Time Team. Sing the Red Dwarf theme. It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere. Yeah. Anyone remember Hot Take, Can We Been Off the Rhino yet? Yeah, Rhino's kind of cool. Yeah, Assault Terminators need to go. I'm having two conversations. One's about Terminators, and then one's about old British TV. Time Team was great. There was... I can never remember the name of this one. But does anyone remember the show? Which was... it was paintballing, essentially. It was like a paintballing game show. There was that. Nightmare. I used to watch a lot. That's like an older show, but I used to watch. Scrap Heap Challenge. All that good stuff. Was it just called Crossfire TV show? Game show. X-Fire. Anyone remember this? This is helping me with my tournament prep. Talking about old TV shows. These are all the topics I need to bring up to distract my opponent so we can talk about this stuff. Like, if I'm going against you, Raziel, I'm just going to start talking about Scrap Heap Challenge and Time Team, and then we just won't play a game, and then I'll win by default. Jungle Run? I think I remember Jungle Run. Yeah, like, again, look at the date, like, 2000, perfect, like, I was what, 11, 12? That was the perfect time for TV for me. We'll definitely have a old British TV show stuff. If you're playing against Preach, you just say sharp, you'll win the game. But I know your tactics. Ha! You don't, because I don't have any tactics. Zelly Banner was talking about. Let's while we're here, let's start a poll then. I don't remember how to start a poll. It's here, isn't it? Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Rhino should be heated into the void. Yes, no. I'm just interested to see what people's opinions are. What's my deployment plan with this list? I'll tell you in a sec. I'm just reading up on chat because I got distracted by Scrap Heap Challenge. Someone asked a question. I made a 2,000 point list that was all Phobos. 100 Marines, damn. Everyone needed tactics in most evil turn 1 and not much after that. Yeah, Oops on Marine's actually quite good because you just kind of flood the board. Scrappy Hunter was good. It was good. The Void, no, the Warp. If the first one go for Rhino, go with them, yeah. Gunship looks like it's shooting crayons. Yeah, I mean, it was meant to be like the tips and missiles, which has a thing, but yeah. Game show called Raven. I don't remember that one. I'll look at that one in a sec. So my deployment plan at the moment is that the Brutalis and these 3 Centurions go in the Stormraven. These guys and this guy start in Strategic Reserves. Or in Deep Strike. These 3 with the Flamers either go into Strategic Reserves or they start on the board protect home. One of these squads protects home. One of these squads is kind of then a forward scout unit. The main thing that I need to deploy properly is the 6 Devastators, because they are my like kingpin unit. Hello, Link Dancer. Yeah, update the rhinos with the impulsor. And an epic defend a bunker. Had the epic defend a bunker in Crossfire. Nice. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was called Crossfire, but it was like spelled X-Fire. I remember that show being really cool. I always wanted to go on it. All of my companies can be run as legal lists. Most are way more than 2k points. So that's my kind of deployment plan. Is essentially, by the way, it's very close on the poll. It looks like it looks like it's basically 50-50. Like, that's so close. I mean, that doesn't add up to 100% YouTube. Only one on Twitch again? Yes, it's lonely on Twitch. You won't be lonely this weekend though. I'll be going on Twitch. When I'm on Twitch only, I usually get quite a lot. Hello, Sleepy Robot. There's 70 people over on YouTube, so I'm definitely like I show it on Twitch because it's nice to have it on Twitch. But these Thursday ones are definitely YouTube oriented. Other things are less cool than ground things. Who's a bright white dude in the back? This is a Phobos Lieutenant. If you take a photo and invert it, he's the correct way around. But let me see if I can find that picture, because it was part of the painting jam. Paint jam summer 2024. Here it is. It's a bit of a smaller picture, but that's what he looks like. And when you take a photo and invert the colors, like in paint, that's what he looks like. Wormhole Extreme. I don't know what kind of tournament you're going to. Most Marine players run infiltrators. Yeah, they were going to be, like, I was going to have one squad of incursors, I've said this before, but one squad of incursors, one squad of infiltrators. Except, they nerfed the stormraven, so I couldn't take them. Yeah, so this is the, so that white, the white guy. Whoa. Hat of H. Thorn. Thank you for following over on Twitch. There you go, Sleepy Robot. Yeah, you got friends. But yeah, so that guy there, if you invert the colours, looks like this. It's a bit messy, but it came out pretty well. I like white guys. Are Hellblasters any good? I heard Hellblasters are pretty good. I haven't got any, but I would like some. Oh, and the Real Fire 01. Thank you for following over on Twitch. How the hell did they fit the Brutalities in Stormraven? You know in Halo, where the Pelican has the either the Warthog or like the Scorpion on the back, like that. So he basically hangs off the back. So the Centurions go in here and then he hangs off the back. If you had to squat 10 Marine kits, what would they be and why? Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. It's one of those sneezes that's taking a while to get here, which is really annoying. Also, this stream has 51 likes, which is loads. So thank you for the support today. Very much appreciated. Okay, I think the sneeze went away. When you say squat, do you mean like pick up 10 Marine kits and like do a squat, or do you mean like get rid of them? You might have meant squash. Is it removed from the range? I thought so. I just wanted to check. It's like, which 10 of these plastic boxes would you like to squat? Any of them. Not bench. Oh, I see what you mean. Not bench. Clever. This game arrive tomorrow? Hell yeah. 10. I don't know, actually. I mean, let me think. I guess you could get rid of a few. I'm gonna have to look now. How many points is this altogether? This is 2,000 points. On the nose. God, looking into the lights of Phyllis Knees. The problem I have is my light doesn't work in here, so I've got like a side light on. What's that? Million, billion, trillion, two quadrillion. Yes. I don't play it as an aircraft because with the stormraven you can put it in hover mode and it loses the aircraft keyword. It's a bit chunky, I will say that, but I think it's pretty good. It's probably not worth 280 points, but it is good. And it's the room's fault. It is the room's fault. Let me have a look actually. If I go to everyone's favorite website. Wahahapedia. Yeah, that's fine. In fact, let's turn off the no supplements. In fact, let's just put Raven Guard on because it's easiest to work it out from there. Right, let's have a look. What would I get rid of? Like, yeah, maybe like, yeah, first, but even then. What do people really like? Get rid of the Hammerfall bunker. That's going to annoy people. You could probably get rid of the Fire Strike servo turrets. No one's using them. It's not really a whole lot to get rid of. You could probably condense these down into one. Yeah, the Storm Talon is the smaller one. Oh, lost it now. How about the Stormraven? You could probably get rid of the Terminator Assault Squad and just have a Terminator Squad, or at least update these models. We've had automatic on Raven Guard have air support units, yeah. Yeah, especially when you turn on like the if you do actually put no filter on, like this is absurd. Like look at all this. Look how many things like you get in like Space Wolves. There's loads of stuff in Legends. I don't even know what a Mortis Dreadnought is. What even is that? Shimano makes a it's got an Inferno cannon. Sure. What's that even look like? Oh, it's just a big old dreadnought. Do we need intercessors, heavy intercessors? I don't think we need heavy intercessors. I mean, it's the Gravis. There's enough other Gravis stuff that maybe we don't need heavy intercessors. Like, maybe repurpose these to something else. Heavy intercessor feels a bit redundant. Ballistas box mode, yeah, fair enough. Firstborn ballistas. Yeah, yeah. I like the idea of the reason things are condensed because it means you could have multiples of like certain things, which I do like the way they're doing that. It's quite interesting. And you had a chance to play Gundam Breaker 4. I don't even know what that is. Is that a game? Gundam Breaker 4. Maybe I'll play a Gundam game. Gundam Breaker 4. Oh, it's a mobile game. Interesting. It's on Steam as well. $60. No, for in terms of like video games, it's satisfactory right now. Two big cannons. Get rid of something spicy. What would annoy the most people? Just getting rid of Terminators, just in general, would annoy a lot of people. I mean, you could probably get rid of the Devastator Squad. You don't really need that. That will be a wild thing to get rid of. Yeah, just get rid of the Land Raiders. Just all the Land Raiders disappear. That would be like pretty Pretty good to get rid of. Yeah, what is Terminus Ultra? 285 point. What is this? Oh, it's just a land raider with a lot of las cannons. Yeah, 3 Terminus las cannons and 2 las cannons. So the Terminus las cannon can either just be a las cannon or a very spicy las cannon. And you get 3 of them. And they're twin linked. So yeah, basically 3 twin linked them. It can transport 8. Which is a dumb number because it can't ever transport Centaurs unless some of them die. And as this, that's quite a fun little vehicle, that. Get rid of the generic lieutenant. Promote the Devastator squad? Yeah, well, I guess that's what the Desolators were, right? In your lore, how close the Scream Ram is to falling to Slanesh? I don't think they're that close. I mean, this is the thing. The Scream Ravens are basically like just a conglomerate of a lot of different factions of chapters, apparently. So Gravis jetpacks where we got Mark 10 jump packs. One of the first consistently good games on Steam. Might check it out. Again, was a play satisfactory. Scouts were pissed off. They've only just got remade. Just get rid of Scouts. I kind of want to. Blade Guard are one of the things I would kind of want to get. I feel like Blade Guard in a Stormraven is really cool. Arkenland is going to be so mad. Guns just say remind me of old TV. Yeah, they're old RGB connectors. If you plug this into a TV, you actually get to play F-Zero and other N64 games on the screen here. I'd almost argue that heavy intercessors are supposed to be devastators. Any of the special weapon teams like Hell Vassals, Desolators could be primary services. Yeah. I feel like heavy intercessors need like more than just like one heavy bolter. Gundam Breaker 4 is basically build your dream Gundam the video game. That does sound interesting. Yeah, I feel like heavy intercessors could go the same way as, is it Retributors from Sisters of Battle? Where you can have like the 4 multi-melters, where basically the heavy intercessors become like the Devastators, essentially. That would be cool. Or Havocs, yeah. Does Gundam Breaker 4 use essentially? I guess it makes sense that the Gundams in there are Gundams you can buy, because that would be a good way to make the Screaming Raven Knight Gundam and make a custom Gundam. I might look into that. How long's your obviously don't dox yourself, but how long are you traveling for, Raziel? So we've got a couple of hours to travel. But yeah, good luck tomorrow. I hope to see you there. Come and say hi. They're the actual kits? Interesting. Wish I could play Sisters of Battle, but I know people are just going to think that it's weird. I don't think so. I have a Sisters of Battle army, like, that a friend was selling, that I bought. Alchemist Models, so alchemistmodels.com. You drove down today? Ah, nice. Got Airbnb. Well, good luck. And yeah, see you tomorrow. I hope you have a good time tomorrow. Good luck. Us Space Marine players gotta stick together. And if we do go against the game together, then on stream I've now said that you have to throw the game and make me win for content. And I will use this clip in the video if you don't let me win. as this is now a verbal contract. Landowner Redeemer Cry, carrying Infernus. Yeah, that's a lot of flamer. Finally caught the stream. Hello, Odin Medic Bro. I didn't agree to that. Well, I'm the streamer. And therefore, I have spoken for you. But no, have a good time. And have a good sleep. And I'll see you tomorrow. All the mobile suits that are featured have their box art in the in-game store. Interesting. So is it basically like you can like fully just like kit bash in the game? Thanks for the good luck, Gamma. And I guess you're good. Wishing luck for Rosie as well. Makes more money to have one unit for each weapon. We have missile launchers, heavy bolters, plasma cannons, and heavy melters. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? Eradicators are cool, actually. I do like Eradicators. I guess Eradicators are kind of what heavy intercessors should be. I don't think I would do sisters, not because I don't like them, but because I can't do models justice for painting skills. Yeah, I do. I really like Nundums. The Nundum models are really cool, and I never got around to building them. Whoops. It's maybe someday. See people making Homonite from Pokemon and Kirby. All right, so it's very very free. I'll have a look at that. I think it's still quite well, it's full price, I think, for the game. But I'll definitely have a look, because that sounds like a really good way for me to work out a good custom Gundam, which would be fun. Which is head, bodies, left and right arms, legs, backpacks, weapons, and shield. And then I guess you know which kits those have come from, so you can go out and buy them. Although you're buying a lot of kits just to make one Gundam, which is maybe a bit of a waste. What's your favourite weapon to fire? My favourite weapon to fire in Scream Raven is when the 6 Centurions fire the las cannons, because if it's +1 to hit from either the incursors or the strat, then it's +1 to hit, so it's hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, wounding pretty well with a reroll on the wound, and then it's like just las cannon death. The real one, if you look, the real one hidden in the codex. So unless I try to avoid my dislike of firstborn, get in the way, pick a few primaries. I mean, if you want to get rid of just primaris, then get rid of or just firstborn. Get rid of just firstborn. Be the change you want to see in the world. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. Am I crying, or is this mission? Yeah. So this, I fell to this. I accidentally when I was doing this. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's one here, hiding behind the wing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Are you gonna do a video about tournament? Yes. So that might not be the next it might be the next video. Probably would be, actually. I haven't started a video yet, so it probably will be the next video. Would be the tournament. Unless it's going to take a while, in which case I might do one between it. You can also choose different things like paint, wash, airbrush, damage. Wow, okay, that's cool. Yeah, like, I think you might be the third person to have done that. Second person being me, the first person being someone when I first posted the picture. Yeah, there is one here. And annoyingly, it's my favourite. The purple one is my favourite. Nocturne. So yeah, you got that Minuet. Yeah, Minuet. Bolero? Is that Bolero? Yeah. I can't tell anymore. Oh yeah, that's Bolero. No, that's Bolero. That's Requiem. That's Prelude. That's Serenade. That's Nocturne. Which Space Marine unit is the least compatible with how Scream Ravens play? I think they're all pretty good. Like, even like the Hammerfall Bunker would work somehow in Screaming Ravens. I guess maybe Terminators, because what they do, they kind of do the thing that already is what the Scream Ravens do anyway, so they're kind of double dipping, maybe? I don't know. We can survive in a world without suppressors or the server. Yeah, suppressors are a lost child, aren't they? What do you think this list's best and worst matchups are? I can tell you for free that Knights is a bad matchup. Because there's a lot of, like, this is like 310 points of stuff that's not really doing anything against Knights. And he's at 100 points that really can't do much against Knights. Heavy. I've used heavy intercessors for Screamer Ravens, and they're pretty good. Yeah, suppressors are still part of like other things, which is weird. But yeah, I think Knights are a pretty bad matchup. I've got a lot of anti-tank, but the problem is Knights have a lot of anti-tank back, so the Knights can very easily get rid of my stuff. I don't know what a good matchup is, to be honest. I feel like do you think you might play Bolt Gun? I've played a bit of Bolt Gun. I would like to play the whole thing, though. So I might play Bolt Gun at some point. I feel like what I'll probably do is, like, when I play video games, I'll play them on Twitch. Apart from if they're, like, Warhammer-based video games, in which case I'll probably play them on both. Until I start... If the YouTube starts going into other directions, I can change that. But I feel like when I play games on YouTube, they don't do well because they're not Warhammer, so I leave that for Twitch. And it does pretty well on Twitch. And I have a VODs channel if you want to go watch the VODs. Which only has one VOD so far for Satisfactory. And if you want to watch VODs for the Warhammer stuff, then it's on the VOD, the live tab in on YouTube. Get rid of all the first world or update the name characters. Maybe we can have Primaris Vanguard vets. But yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, Primaris Vanguard vets would be cool. These guys are already Primarisified because these are assault intercessors with parts, which is good, which is useful. Portuguese like the idea of a Phobos jump unit and jump marines with the guns, but those elements don't make... Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. That's, like, they're cool, but they're a bit weird. I like Outriders. They're, again, Outriders in the Invader ATV are a bit weird, but they're the Outriders are just Primarisified bikes, right? They have a push fit kit, but yeah, they don't have a proper one. Please make a post on the channel when you stream on Twitch. Yes, I will. That's generally what I'll do. What I'll do is I'll post on the channel when I go. I'll also post on Discord when I go live as well. So if you want to, if you can get on Discord, follow on Discord. And obviously follow on Twitch because that's how you get it. Yeah, I'll post on the channel. I'll post on Discord when I go live. But yeah, this weekend probably, although early daytime, I'll be playing Satisfactory, not evening UK time. But again, VODs are on Twitch. How many points would you pay for a Brutalis Dreadnought with jump pack and fly? 500. To be fair, a Brutalis with fly keyword is not that useful because anti-fly gets it and then you have to go up and over buildings. What I want is essentially for that to be have the same movement as a knight. Instead of being 8 inches, have a 12-inch move. Like there's some of the Chaos Knights that Steve has are really good. Like the I can't remember which one they are, but the ones with like the big heavy claws and then like the super demon breath melters. It's like I want them. I want one of them. Take that, Screaming Raven. More bike sport. Yeah, have more bikes. Have different bikes. Drop bikes. I want drop bikes. I want. Yeah, that's the thing. Not even the guy who's not even the chapter master gets a bike. Have you seen the BAHH flying dreadnought with the talons? No, I haven't. That Blood Angels Horus Heresy flying dreadnought? This thing, the Contemptor in... This thing? Blood Angels... Contemptor in... Incandius? All Dreadnoughts have the ability to throw terrain. True! You don't need oil for making models look grimy. You can get a blob of regular crick and wipe it off. Yeah. Some of this, actually. Like, some of this is kind of like silver that I've then wiped. Like, this one here is like basically just like a wear and tear mark. Turn it around. Oh. Yeah, I want one of them. Why is the turning around not really working? It's being a bit weird. Sorry, it's being a bit weird, but you can see it there. Yeah, I want that. That's really cool. I don't know how authority is an expert kit. Oh, I can't get it. Sorry, it's an expert kit. I'm not good enough for an expert kit. Yeah, that looks... That I could convert that into a Brutalis very easily, and I absolutely would. If it wasn't Forge World resin. Any model can fly if it bleeds. Any model can fly if you throw it hard enough. It always reminds me of like, what's the best way to make a paper aeroplane to like fly the furthest? It's scrunch it up into a ball and lob it. Because most paper airplanes you make aren't going to get that far, but if you just scrunch it up to a ball and throw a piece of paper as far as you can, you're probably going to get the furthest. Right. I think we've had a good stream today. It's been a good stream. Thank you for joining. I'm going to a tournament with Tempest Guard. Good luck, dude. Yeah, and good luck to you. I will be going, and I will don't overextend. Thank you. I'll probably post. I might post some stuff on the channel tomorrow, like pictures or whatever. If not, I will post like say I'm on my way, and then yeah, I will head off for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, go and like and subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, or on Twitch. Remember, you can become, if you enjoy this content and want to support me more, become a member. And share videos, or if you want to watch me on Twitch, I'm going to be going live on Twitch this Saturday, probably in the morning UK time until the afternoon UK time, on Saturday and Sunday, to play Satisfactory. I may have made some improvements to my factory, so if you want to see those improvements, you can go there, or you can obviously have a look at the VOD channel. Subscribe and whatever. But yeah, I'm going to go get some food and then have some sleep, and then wake up nice and early tomorrow to go and play in a tournament. So if you're on your way there tomorrow, I'll see you there. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.